And that kind of made me question myself in the way that like, maybe I am a bad person. Maybe I don't deserve to be here. Health got to the point where it was so bad that it was hindering my ability to function on a day-to-day basis.
So naging ano ka, depressed?
Yeah, depressed. And then I started self-harming and all of these different.
Like in what way would you hurt yourself before?
I would.
You would cut?
Yeah, I would cut myself.
You went through something nung bata ka.
Yeah, different types of abuse actually, because I think my parents were very busy with their work often. So my yaya was my companion a lot of the times, and she was abusive in more ways than one. So one of the ways was verbal. So she'd always insult me, say the same things to people, and these people on Twitter were saying.
Okay,
You're
when
useless,
you say
disappointment,
yan ang sinasabi sa'yo.
stupid.
Ever tell your parents what you were going through?
When I was older, because at the time I didn't realize it wasn't normal. And so every time I would move to change positions, she'd slap me. And
Hindi mo sinusumbong yun. You didn't tell that to your parents. The my yaya was hitting me.
no, I didn't. I didn't realize it wasn't normal.
I want to share my story, not to seek attention and resent the people who wronged me. But because I deeply understand what Emin felt, my mother left me with my guardians, since she could not fully embrace the responsibilities of motherhood. Although she provided financial support, growing up I was surrounded by an environment where love was seldom shown openly and care was expressed in unconventional ways. Most of the time, I endured hurtful words such as, "You're stupid, you're useless, you're disabled, you're a disappointment, you're nothing without me, you're a burden, you're just like your whore mom." These painful remarks have left a lasting mark on my memory. Alongside the verbal abuse I experienced, physical oppression, through punishments, with a belt, a twig bromorityl's twigs, candle wax, hanger, slap, pinch, and being forced to kneel on mung beans or salt. The recollection of these moments continues to bring pain, and I find it difficult to look at. The bruises on my arms, forearms, thighs, and legs. Several years went by after my parents separated, and the world I knew seemed to unravel completely. The pain inside me became overwhelming, and in my darkest moments, I tried 3 separate times to escape that suffering by hurting myself. Each time I failed, I felt so lost and alone that the pain seemed endless. It was during one of those low points, in the quiet sadness of my room, that my childhood friend saw me. The look of shock and concern on her face is something I'll never forget. That moment was a turning point. It was as if someone finally saw the depth of my struggle, and for the first time, I didn't feel invisible. My childhood friend refused to let me stay in that darkness. I was invited to join their youth group, and even though I was hesitant at first, I agreed. I was there, surrounded by people who cared, that I started to rediscover hope. I found God, not in a sudden revelation, but in small, gentle ways. The warmth of shared laughter, the comfort of honest conversations, and the sense of belonging I hadn't known before. Each youth meeting helped me open up a little more, and, with time, I felt courage returning. Healing didn't happen overnight. It took years before I could truly forgive those who hurt me, and understand the brokenness they carried, and learned to love them instead of hating. Letting go of anger was painful, but freeing myself, and slowly I moved forward, finally able to see a future beyond my past. Fast forward to the day I moved to the United States with my husband, a decision I thought would bring peace and new beginnings. I expected things to get easier. My first year was anything but the fresh start I hoped for. My first job was certainly tough. I was treated poorly, and often felt like I couldn't do anything right. Most nights I cried myself to sleep, haunted by the question, what did I do wrong to deserve all of this? The loneliness was crushing, and I found myself telling my family back in Cebu, over phone calls and messages, that I didn't want to go on with life anymore. I was exhausted, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and every day felt like another battle just to get out of bed. Eventually, after months of enduring mistreatment, I couldn't take it anymore, and resigned. Instead of giving up, I chose to go back to school and study in the medical field, hoping to find purpose by serving and caring people. In class, the challenges continued. Many of us weren't from the States, were often ignored, or treated as if we didn't matter. Though those days were filled with hardship, I learned to persist and draw strength from my past struggles. After a year, I graduated, landing a job. Afterward felt like crossing a finish line I doubted I'd ever reach. Today, I'm in a place where I feel safe and valued. My workplace is different. It's full of respect and appreciation, and I finally feel like I belong. The kindness I receive now reminds me of everything I've overcome. Looking back, I realize how far I've come, from that lonely child, longing for love, to someone who not only survived, but found meaning and connection in unexpected places. The journey was hard, and often painful, but it taught me resilience, humility, and the power of kindness. If you're struggling, I hope my story encourages you to hold on and reach out. Healing is possible, and you're worthy of finding a place where you matter. Sometimes we find ourselves in places where we don't feel like we belong, but feeling uncomfortable isn't a punishment, but it's God's reward to help shape us into stronger, kinder, and more humble people. Not everyone has the strength to keep going through every challenge. So try to be a little kinder each day. It costs nothing to show kindness. A simple smile or a kind word can make someone's day better.